Flea flicker on 3. Break.
You're watching Sportz Mouth on YouTube.com.
Person, not to say anything, but no McDonald's fast food type thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of parents, they run into that where they're just going and getting whatever they can to put in their athlete's body, and at the end of the day, it's not the greatest thing. So we really force and implement. This is what we want you eating. Try to help them with plans. And hey, use the crock pot. If you're working all the time, throw something in the crock pot in the morning before you leave for work, and cook. And keep the things out. I can put any type of muscle mass or strength on any athlete, but is a good weight? Are they going to feel that way? Are they going to feel like they have the energy every single day? So as far as introducing what they're supposed to be eating, how much they're supposed to be eating, the times they're supposed to be eating, especially like our high school athletes, they skip breakfast, they want to wait till lunchtime to eat, and then eat dinner.
Hour lunch.
Yeah, and they've missed 2 meals that they're supposed to have. You have these football players that aren't blessed to be 6'4", 240 pounds. They need to gain weight. They need to eat. So you get that started by eating breakfast, having taking a sandwich to school just to eat before you get to lunch. Getting lunch and then having something before you go to workouts after school, whether it's at your school or whether it's here at Competitive Edge.
Okay. So you guys just kind of address the whole, physicality of it as far as the body, mind.
The complete athlete.
Right,
the complete athlete. That's our main focus. At the end of the day, those athletes are a reflection of us. So if we're putting the best product out there, we're putting the best athlete out there, then that reflects well on us, and that's what we want.
Well, big question for you, from a personal note, are you competitive?
Oh, I'm very competitive. I don't think there's no one more competitive than me. I think that's what everyone says. It doesn't matter what it is. I grew up in this area. I played every sport. I'm known for playing in every sport, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, soccer. It don't matter. I know it, and that's what makes me as a trainer, and put me in a position and bless me to be, the type of trainer that I am. Is that I know every single sport, the hockey, it doesn't matter. I know the rules, I know what's supposed to happen. I'm into it. This is me, sports. That's me. I'm competitive.
I think we tapped into something right there.
And all of the trainers have similar background, or is it specific guys for specific sports?
It's specific guys, specific sports, and we have guys that are and ladies as well that have strengths in certain areas. Whether it's the weight room.
So ladies, you are welcome.
Yeah.
Come on down to Competitive Edge. They got something for you. You want to get that belly fat off you, and get your hips right. Come on down.
Fit and fab.
Get the calves together. I know how y'all do.
Now, do y'all have a grading system for I know your athletes gonna go through their scales and peaks and valleys. Do you have a scale that you grade them on at the end of the cycle or during the course that they get graded upon?
Yeah, they have test things that they go through. That's why I was just working on where we give them. They have a profile where they started at, their height, weight, their speed in certain drills, the 5-10-5 drills, the vertical jump. We do 10-yard and 20-yard tests. We have all different kinds of tests in the weight room. They get maxed out. They have 2 weeks away from that. And right now, every single one of our athletes that have been in our weight program since February, all of them are in the program. In the first 3 months of the program, have exceeded what they started lifting in here. They're lifting with the weight over what they were working with.
So as far as high school, when you get these kids out of high school, I've seen a couple of gentlemen down there, young guys there with the baseball, right? Do y'all report back and forth to their coaches and let them know where they at here versus where they should be at over there? You know what I mean? Does the coach get a report from you guys that how's he doing down there? Or
If asked. A lot of times right now we're reporting to the parent. We're trying to open those lines of communication to the coaches. This is a place where all it does is if you bring the athlete here and we work with them, the coaches don't have enough time in the day.
Right.
So they're trying to get plays in, they're trying to get batting, hitting practices, they're trying to get different things involved in their time. They can't keep the athlete all the time.
Right.
We're trying to make this a central home for every school. In that way where it doesn't matter if it's Freedom High School, Potomac High School, Hilton, Brook Point, North Stafford, it doesn't matter what area. If it's South County and Lorton, we want the athlete to come here and be able to take this and take it back to their school. All it does for the area is make the area better. If you have a surplus of talent, the scouts come here, the coaches come here, and they see all the athletes. And I think that's just one of the things that a lot of the coaches have to kind of get out of the mind frame of, is that we want to keep the athlete all the time. Well, why not put them in the hands of a trainer or coaches that are going to help develop them?
Because all you can do is take it back to them and make them better.
Exactly. That's it.
Well, if someone came here, let's say they wanted to work on their hand-eye coordination, you guys would put together a strict regimen specifically for hand-eye coordination?
Yep, depending on, exactly with the sport. If it's baseball, if it's football, if it's one of my receivers in football, they go through a regimen. We have times put aside where they come in and they work on that stuff. A lot of it, especially like with our football program, the Force football program, we do that on Friday nights. And it's a program that was developed that goes through January to June. So basically football seasons end in November. Some of them December, depending on whether it's travel football or whatever. Give them that little break around the Christmas time to kind of recoup, get away from the sport. January they come in and they start working in the off-season program. So they're working on their speed, agility, their strength training all the way till June, which drops them off at their school. So after that program, guys get a chance to work on their hand-eye with receiving, catching, working on those things during the program.
Where were you guys when I was in school? I could have been somebody.
And now from zero,
It ain't too late.
No, it ain't too late.
You can get the skills. I don't know what you're gonna do with them.
We start the over 50 league. That's what we do.
for the
Special
ages,
Olympics, maybe.
Shave your facial hair and everything and do
Hey,
what God
that's
did
why I
with
said
the high
we
school.
do the over 50 league and we'd be good.
All right, that'll work.
for the ages from 0 to 60, anybody can take part in everything that you guys have to offer, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. We start at 7. At the age of 7, our soccer program, we have where they start 5, 6 years old. That's really a good age for them to start working with the footwork, learning with the ball.
So you
and
could be a
everything.
60-year-old man to say, okay, you just want to come in and get your cardio right. You guys can put something together.
Absolutely right. We have some of them about to compete in the in a program right now. It's kind of like Olympics for.
And y'all hear that now? Age is not an excuse.
It's not an excuse.
They got a package for you. Come on down, get your cardio together.
That's
Stop walking around that mall and come on down to competitive edge.
Let me ask you this real quick. Kind of like coming from like a doctor standpoint, do you guys work with like, I'm not going to say a doctor, but if people come in and they have to have like a certain clearance, okay, let's say an older person comes in and they might, been on heart medicine or something like that. Is that something you guys are prepared to kind of deal with?
Yeah, with the certification of some of our coaches and everything and our staff, where they can work with those people with those type of issues, and a lot of times put them in a better situation than when they came in, to where they can deal with stuff, and sometimes they don't have to deal with the medicine. Sometimes it's just about getting up, getting in motion, and working out with some type of capacity. It doesn't have to be anything where you're out here running around cones like the young guys and everything. It's something where you're coming in, you're being active. That's the biggest thing. That's the issue with a lot of our older elderly. They become inactive, and once they become inactive, they can't awake everything that's in their body, the nerves and everything that they've lost over the time. So when they're in a seated position all day and they're left there to sit there in front of the TV, that's where it becomes. But if they can get into a place like this and become active, it'll help. We have one of our trainers that actually has a program developed that we're talking about trying to implement during the day, or like early in the day. A lot of the older, the seniors, they want to get up and do some type of activity. She has an activity that's programmed for them where they come in for an hour workout and get themselves active, working, get the blood
Now,
flowing.
I agree with what you just mentioned. I actually drive the bus, and I'm not as active you know, as I used to be as a younger guy, because I'm still a young man, but as a younger guy.
Spring chicken.
Now, I want to say, you guys have it set up where you can come in, you may start off slow and then gradually pick up the pace. I mean, a guy like me, okay, you come in, you ain't worked out in 5 years. So you guys don't just throw them in the blender right off the top. You kind of start off gradually with them and let them see the progress, confidence, and eventually make it to the aspired
point, the target, right? Yeah, I mean, we never want to throw anyone right into the fire. I mean, all that's going to lead to is injuries. You know, I was one of the, like I was telling you earlier, I'm one of those guys that I thought forever my body could take a pounding, and it wouldn't matter. And you know, over years and time, you learn like you can't do the same things, you can't move the same ways, you can't pick up a tissue the same way. You have to use your lower body in a certain way, your hip dropping at your hips and everything. But no, we start every person in when they come in, an adult or whatever. When they come in, they're starting a certain way, starting a certain regimen, and everything is developed. So we're not losing you. At the end of the day, the worst thing is to be, you know, dealing with or hampered with an injury, trying to lose weight or get into some type of shape or trying to get back on the ball court. You know, whether it's the over 30 league or the over 40 league, you know, you want to get back out there. You don't want to be slowed down by injuries because they don't heal as fast as before. No, they don't.
Is there a certain assessment or evaluation in coming in that you go through? So you can know, like, okay, well, we don't want to start him at 3. We might need to take him back to 1 and then progress.
We definitely gonna need you at 1.
Yeah. I knew that was coming.
I might say, I might need to start at 1. You know.
No, they when they come in there, they're given an assessment. We sit down and we talk about what are your goals. A lot of times everybody's goal is not the same. Everyone's not coming to do a sport or something. They just want to get into shape. The springtime's coming up, springtime, summertime's coming up. They just want to be in shape, look good. They want to be able to wear a certain thing. The biggest thing, like weddings. People get prepared for weddings, and it's 3 months before the wedding, and they want to, shed a few pounds and everything. And it could be late, but we make it work. But everyone goes through an assessment. They find out, where their body fat is, what they weigh, where they should be. And we let them know where they should be for their height and weight, and we get them started off that way. And they go through full assessment, seeing where their flexibility, their experience level with weights, have they been in the weight room before, have they done any activity before. We go from there. Start them off.
No more 60-second infomercials where you try to get 60-second ads. You come on down here to competitive edge and do it the right way. They take care of it.